Okay, let's talk about Thanksgiving. That table loaded with all your favorites, it can feel like a bit of a minefield, right? Especially if you're keeping an eye on your blood sugar. All those rich sauces, starchy sides, and sweet desserts. Yeah, it's easy to feel a little anxious about it all. You know the feeling. You look at a beautiful spread just like this, and that question just pops into your head. Is this whole thing gonna totally derail my health goals? It's a super common fear. But you know what? The answer might not be what you expect. So, to cut through all the noise, we went straight to the experts, dietitians who specialize in this stuff. And honestly, what they have to say is pretty eye-opening. Turns out, some of the dishes you might be trying to avoid could actually be secretly working in your favor. Okay, let's get right into it. We're going to break down 5 classic Thanksgiving foods that get a really bad rap, but might just be surprisingly good for your blood sugar. First up, Brussels sprouts with bacon. Now, of course, Brussels sprouts are veggies, that's a given, but the second you add bacon to the mix, a lot of people think, nope, off limits. But hold on a second. The bad rap is pretty obvious. It's all about the bacon's fat and salt, but here's the real deal. And this is the cool part. That fat from the bacon can actually help your body absorb all the good, fat-soluble vitamins in the sprouts. And the sprouts themselves, they are an absolute fiber powerhouse, which is exactly what you want to slow down how quickly sugar from your meal hits your bloodstream. And get this, just 1 cooked cup of Brussels sprouts packs a whopping 6 grams of fiber. That is a huge deal for keeping your blood sugar balanced. A great tip from dietitians? Roast them. It brings out their natural sweetness, so you don't even need to think about adding extra sugar. All right, our next suspect is cranberry sauce. This one almost always gets written off as just another sugary side dish, basically jam in a can, right? And, well, sometimes that's true, but it doesn't have to be. Here's where you gotta know the difference. The canned stuff, it can be a total sugar bomb. We're talking 18 grams of sugar in one tiny little slice. But when you use whole, actual cranberries, you get a side dish that's loaded with fiber and these powerful antioxidants called polyphenols, which are fantastic for your blood sugar. Eins, as dietitian Lorena Drago points out, some research even suggests that cranberries might help protect against insulin resistance. So the easy fix here is to just make your own. It's super simple, just some fresh cranberries, a little orange zest, and a bit of a low-calorie sweetener. Done. Ah, stuffing. For a lot of people, this is the undisputed king of Thanksgiving carbs. It's usually made with plain white bread, which kind of feels like a one-way ticket to a blood sugar spike. And look, that bad rap isn't totally wrong if we're talking about the old school recipes, but stuffing can be completely transformed. Seriously. Just by swapping that white bread for a whole grain version and tossing in a bunch of finely chopped veggies, think mushrooms, celery, onions, you turn it into this awesome vehicle for fiber that helps keep your blood sugar in check. And this isn't just some feel-good holiday hack, by the way. The science here is really solid. Consistently choosing whole grains over refined carbs has been shown to improve long-term blood sugar markers, like your fasting blood sugar and your A1C. Okay, let's talk potatoes, specifically sweet potatoes. A lot of folks who are managing their blood sugar have probably been told to stay away from them because, they're starchy and full of carbs. But again, that advice is missing the bigger picture. Sweet potatoes are actually rich in both fiber and beta-carotene, which can help with blood sugar balance. So what really matters isn't the potato itself, it's how you prepare it. A casserole that's drowning in brown sugar and marshmallows is one thing, but just roasting them in a little olive oil, that's going to have a much, much less dramatic effect on your blood sugar. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Even the American Diabetes Association gives them the green light. They say that sweet potatoes can absolutely be part of a healthy, balanced eating plan. So there you go. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, dessert. Pumpkin pie. It's so often seen as this ultimate guilty pleasure, right? A sweet treat you just have to accept is going to mess with your numbers. But what if I told you it's actually one of the smartest dessert choices on the entire table? Let's just look at the numbers, plain and simple. A small slice of pumpkin pie has about 27 grams of carbs and 18 grams of sugar. Now compare that to a slice of pecan pie that's got around 37 grams of carbs and 23 grams of sugar. So yeah, pumpkin pie is a significantly lighter option. And there's a bonus. The pumpkin itself gives you vitamin A, a nutrient that actually plays a role in regulating your blood glucose. Of course, the key here, and you knew this was coming, is portion size.
Keep that slice small. Here's a pro tip. Pair it with some whipped cream or a few nuts to add a little fat and protein. That'll help slow down the digestion of those sugars even more.
So, we've gone through some specific foods, but what about the big picture? Let's zoom out and put together an actual game plan for handling the entire holiday meal. Here are 5 quick, dietitian-approved tips. 1. Don't skip breakfast to save calories for later. That almost always backfires. 2. Balance your plate. Make sure you have protein like turkey, some of those complex carbs we talked about, and healthy fats. 3. Be mindful of your portions. Start small. You can always go back for seconds if you're still hungry. 4. Drink water. And 5. Get moving. A short walk after dinner can do wonders for your post-meal blood sugar. And I really want to leave you with this fantastic piece of advice from dietitian Jess DeGore, because it just frames the whole day so perfectly. This isn't about being perfect. It's one meal. The real goal is to enjoy it, guilt-free, while just doing the best you can to stay balanced. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? If these so-called bad Thanksgiving foods aren't so bad after all, what other rigid food rules are out there that might be worth questioning? Definitely something to chew on.